Okay, so my name is Ronald Lee. I am a photographer, videographer, and marketer, and I'm going to be giving a bit of background about myself, along with some examples of what I do. So, let me ask you, which of these would get you into a restaurant? This? Hamburger? Delicious, right? Or this?
Number 2.
Now, which home would you rather buy? This one? Or this one? Okay. And who would you rather do business with? This guy? Or this guy? So these are all photos that I've done for clients in Vancouver. And I'm the photographer in Lower Mainland here in Vancouver. I work internationally as well when called upon. But I'm also the photographer for this group, which I'm very excited about. And my background, I used to be a filmmaker actually, making movies, which is where my video background comes from the 90s to the 2000s. From 2005 to 2009, I was a lifestyle coach. And from 2009 to now, I've been a marketer. And today, predominantly, I do a lot of work with Google as a marketer and photographer and videos as well. So specifically, what I do with Google is I do Google services. Now, as previously as a marketer, I used to do all types of marketing. We call that integrated marketing, which is on and offline. But now, because Google is trying to own the world, and it probably will, I see value in going more towards Google services because I have expertise and special access now as a photographer with Google's things that most people don't have. As well, I do the inside virtual tour of businesses put onto Google. Now what this is the Google Maps Street View experience brought inside of the business where you can actually walk through and see how things look. There are 2 immediate benefits to this. One, the one that everyone wants is it gets you found higher on search engines because everyone's going to Google today. No one's going to Yellow Pages. Second, this is very engaging to your customers because if your customers can see what you look like inside and trust that you are a credible company, it inspires confidence for them to consider you more versus the competition. So I want to show you an example. So this is one we did. So if you just go to Google, and let's say I type in David Watts Notary, what comes up for David? I even spelled his name wrong, but here you go. So you see this extra area is because David's business is optimized on Google. So this is his Google Places page. If you click here on See Inside, just give it a sec here, you can actually see his office. So you see he has a nice office in a very, I'm sure, a very expensive building downtown, right in the corner of Granville and Hastings. And one interesting thing about this particular tour, so I can walk through, just a little slow because it's running off my phone. But I can walk through and look around, and you can actually see David. So for those of you who missed David during the last 2 weeks when he was on vacation, you guys, I'm sure some of you visited the tour and saw him here. So one thing about Google, because of privacy, even if you want to be seen in there, we still have to blur your face. So yeah. So today Jeremy isn't here, but if you go to his business listing as well, you can see the inside of his store as well. So Jeremy, as you guys know, has a lot of services. He does everything in addition to courier shipping. So he wanted a way to show off that he has more services than just that. So by showing off the inside of his store, you get to see he has photocopy machines, mailbox rentals, all types of services here. So immediately you get a sense of what he can offer. So here are 2 examples of this Google tour. As a videographer, I predominantly do promotional videos. Now, statistically speaking, 15 seconds to 90 seconds is where you get your most impact for marketing your service. So I specialize in doing these sorts of videos, but I do all types. And as well, for YouTube marketing, YouTube is a powerful asset, both for your search engine and for your customers. Today, people don't read. They prefer to watch videos or listen. So this is a way for you to market yourself better with video. And, of course, I'm a photographer. Now, you see there's 4 different brands here. That's because I developed different brands for different specialties. Where Ronald Lee Studios is my general photography. Eat Visuals is for food. Still Visuals is for product. And Sweet Affair Photography is for weddings. Now, photos, of course, are the universal language. Most video photographers go the other way. They go to video. I went from video to photography as the main business because I like the impactful nature of photography and how it can affect people in less than a second's instant. So, what I shoot anything but babies. So that means I shoot food, rooms, people, art, boudoir, executive portraits, product, weddings, and couples. The reason I don't shoot babies is just because at this point in time, I don't find that really interesting. Maybe later I will, who knows. But basically, I find, I shoot what I like. So here's some examples. So I'll go through these really quickly of portraits and people that I've shot. So some of these people, these business people, are pretty well known in the city. They're pretty elite, and also very good at photo retouching. Most photos, when it comes with a camera, need a bit of work. As well, doing some extra retouching can make an image really stand out. So here's the before and after of some photo I did of this woman here. And here's that art piece you see over here, how it came about. This was 2 weeks ago, where we shot her in the studio, but put her onto a beach here. So how I charge, this is a question I get asked a lot. Now, when it comes to photography, my commercial rate is $700 for 7 to 10 photos, but that is really on a negotiable sliding scale because it depends how it's used. Now, if a photo is to be used for a major advertising campaign, then it will cost more. I'm trying to get it more into the advertising agency world, and we're talking about huge, citywide or national accounts, right down to the individual who wants to get something for the website, then it can be a lot less because it depends on usage. At the end of the day, we're taking a photo, but the expertise and the ways used signifies the value of that photo. Executive portraits, headshots, they start at $250 and go up. It depends really there how many different looks and how many images we're delivering. I always deliver a fully retouched end image because at the end, you want to have one good image that stands out for you. Some people want more, so that's where we might go higher in the package. And weddings. Wedding packages start at $3,500. Now I say a package because most of the time, couples, they don't want just a wedding day photographer. They might want couples photography. They want, maybe some special services along with maybe printing. So this is where it's negotiable. Typical for weddings, it can be anywhere from $3,500 up to $10,000. It really depends on the couple and what they are looking for. And of course, I'm known for giving special rates for friends because after all, this is Vancouver, and Vancouver seems to really like negotiating. Now, why Ronald Lee Studios? So I offer lower to mid-range rates. So I'm not the most expensive by far. I'm also not the cheapest because I don't believe in a race to the bottom. Technical ability, because I know the technical side very, very well. It's something I really enjoy. I have very high-end professional equipment. Organize a photography group as well. So if there's a job that I can't do, I can probably find someone who can. So I actually run one of the more popular photo groups in the city, and we're sponsored by Nikon, Canon, Graphic Authority, and Honda Carrier. So not many groups can say that they're sponsored by this many people. I'd like to do extra finishing on my images to make them pop. And I have a lot of specialized expertise from working with a large number of clients. So I've also experienced shooting a number of different things over the years. And most importantly, I know what you want and how to make you look good. The reason is because, as Eric said, we have 2 years in my mouth. I spend a lot of time asking questions and listening to exactly what you're looking for. So this is my information here. Ronald Lee Studios, making you look good. And any questions? Yes?
Can you give me an idea of what it costs for a Google Street View within your office? It says single room office.
Good question. It starts at $450, and it can go anywhere up to $3,000. But typically, an office could be around $900. It's a one-time fee, not recurring. And basically, you own the rights to the photos, and it stays online with Google forever. They pay for the bandwidth. Yes, ma'am.
You said David Watts was Google optimized?
Yes.
Did he do that?
No, actually, he came because when he set up his page, he set up correctly.
Yep.
So he already was optimized. And what this did is that it just pushed him higher in Google with the virtual tour.
Do you do all of that for clients?
Yes, I do. I'm working with Jeremy, actually, because he's not optimized. So when you Google him, you can't find him. So now I have to fix him there. Yeah.
How much does that cost?
For Google Place optimization, if it's an emergency, it's $550. If it's regular, it's $350. Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes you get a client who they're competing with another business and they're getting confused for each other. So that would be an emergency.
I've been in both Jeremy's office and David's office, and to me it looked like they were bigger than they actually were. Was that? Did you do that?
That's because of the camera, the way it works, and that's a benefit to this.
Yeah.
And also because if you're taller, places look smaller.
Yeah.
So if you're shorter, so the camera is about 5 feet.
It was good.
And one thing I want to point out too, this is a shoot from I think 3 weeks ago, and in this was a coordination of members in here. So Sylvia organized this. I photographed this. The flowers here are from Russ, Gallery Fleur, and Shasta did the hair on the models. So,
Way to go.
Okay, Harmony?
Wow.
Do you know your prices for photography? What are your prices for video?
For video, it really depends on how long it is and how many edits. So what I recommend too, because this is more impactful, is the single take person talking to the camera for 15 seconds to 90 seconds about your service. Because if you can't say in that amount of time, you need to really think about your message. If you're looking at doing different edits, cutting in hands, doing things, and whatever video, putting more together, it could be a lot more because now we're spending more time with the computer. But it can be anywhere from 500 to 2,000. On average, though, it tends to be more lower on the scale, maybe 750 for a typical, 500 to 750 for a typical video like that. Yeah. Awesome. Now I have an info sheet for you guys to all take with you. So maybe you can start passing this around. So hopefully I have enough for everyone.
Thank you, Ronald.
Okay, thank you.